Hi, everybody. Let me know if you can hear me by chatting, text chat. I'm just going to check to see that my computer's happy. Yes, my computer's happy. That's always good. Let's see. I'll just say hi by chat also. And I'll wait for other people to say hi. So, just to explain while I'm waiting to hear from people, my name is Janet Wright. In case you don't know me, I'm an energy healer, reader, and teacher. And this live stream will be a group healing of 80 people in 8 different countries. And I will explain everything as I do it. So I see everybody saying hi, hello, hi, hey Janet, hola, hi. Just also, I guess maybe I should just assume, but let me know if you can hear me too. I don't know, maybe that's old school. Maybe, of course, you can hear me. But if you could literally say, yes, I can hear you, that would help. But anyway, so the 80 participants have paid on my website in advance. It's a nominal fee. It's a sliding scale based on income, but anybody is welcome to watch this live. Yes, I can hear you. Yay! Okay, thank you. We have confirmation. um, so anyone can watch live, and you can heal yourself as you watch, or just watch, but I will explain as I go, explain what I'm doing. And if you're one of the 80 participants, hi. And you don't have to heal yourself if you're watching live, because you're actually receiving a healing at that time. So you could just breathe deeply, maybe do some stretching, think about I can let go, whatever you feel puts you more in the mood to receive healing. But I have heard a couple participants kind of get in the groove of, healing, and their visualizations are better and their healings are better when they're receiving the healing. So then they end up, healing themselves here and there as they're getting the healing. So whatever works for you, I'm always, there's no set rules. And of course, just so everybody knows, the healing works whether or not people watch live. I used to do these group healings without a live stream not too long ago. But I'm glad to be adding this as a feature. So I guess, yeah, hello, here. Everybody's saying hi. So I don't want to chat forever, because I feel like later when you watch it as a video, it's a lot of chat. You're like, okay, hurry up, get to the healing part. But live, I think it's kind of fun. So I'm sort of torn, but maybe just say what time of day it is for you, and if you would be a superhero, what would be your superpower? So any of the above, time of day, country that you're in, and list a superpower that you would have if you were a superhero. And I'm gonna do it too. Let's see. Flying would be good, but I don't know. I don't want the government to be like, oh, she can fly. We need her, I try to only have useless to governments kind of abilities. So super speed, yeah. If I could like speed up my muscle growth, that I could that would be non-interesting to the government. So if I could just get a little head start on on lifting weights. So let's see, we have Georgia, USA, definitely flying, lots of votes for flying. A lot of people in the US, some people it's noon in Chicago. It's 10 a.m. for me. Super speed. Yeah, I say weightlifters, muscles, and yoga fitness because I don't think the government would care about me if I did that. So that's safe. Entering, I'm putting too much realism into this imagination exercise. My husband says I'm too literal sometimes. Okay, new in Chicago, change any cruel, aggressive thought into ones of peace and love. Oh, there you go. You mean of anybody else? Oh, yeah. See, I'm overthinking that. Thinking about the karmic implications of changing someone else's thought. All right, well, cool. So, thanks for the little text chat. So I need to just finish briefly. I said hi to most everybody already on a spirit level telepathically, which I just like to do. I mean, I said hi to everybody on a spirit level to say, hey, the healing is going to start in X number of minutes. And then I said one-on-one hi to everybody almost. So I just need to finish up with a few more, which is fine in case you want more time to text your superpower that you would like and the country and the time. I wanted healing. Turned out we can do that. So that's true. Yeah, I know. Energy healing is kind of a superpower. Clairvoyant reading, all that stuff. And you, if you don't already have it, you can get it. It just takes practice, practice, practice. But you know, it's all free if you don't know. I mean, if you know me, you know. But if you don't, then FYI, I teach everything that I do, except for the group healing part. I don't teach that, but by healing yourself, reading yourself, you know, all that is on my videos. You don't have to pay to learn it. It's just watch the videos on YouTube. It's all there. Okay, so I'm gonna be quiet and say hi with my spirit voice for a sec to some people. So just breathe or something, get a beverage. All right, cool. So, okay, we got some more answers too. I'm done saying hi to everybody. Super weird, not really, that this came up for me when it did. It's been over a year. My superpower, self-love, healing, and spiritual expansion. Well, there you go. That's all within your reach. All right, cool. Oh, and fun facts of the 80 participants that I will be healing in this healing. Oh, and by the way, the healing will be over an hour of healing, like an hour-ish of healing. Plus, there'll be some Archangel messages sprinkled in. Archangels Ariel and Jophiel are helping me. And so you know, I work for them, they don't work for me, kind of, you know, so I can't predict what they're going to do. I know they're going to help me with boundaries. They may at some point help with the healing briefly. And they will likely give a little bit of messages now and then, and I will say them out loud when they do. But I don't give them rules, so Just gonna see how that works. But anyway, fun facts. Of the 80 participants, 62 people this time are in the US, so lots of US people. The UK, 7 people. South Korea, 4 people, 4 participants. Canada, 2 people. Bermuda, 2. Germany, 1. Kenya, 1. And Thailand, 1. And those are 8 countries, and 7 of the participants, of the 80 participants, are kids, and the age ranges of the kids are between 5 and 17 years old. How cool is that? I would have loved to get an empowerment energy healing as a kid. Like, that would have been so cool. Maybe some life. I mean, I'm sure there was past lives where I got energy healings as kids, but definitely not this time. But that's okay. You get to grow up and do what you want. So it all works out. Okay. I am here. Yes, good. All right. So we're all here, and a bunch of participants are watching live from the US, from Canada, from Europe. I'm not sure I have any European watchers right now. I have Kenya watching. I don't know if I have any UK or Europe people, but you're welcome to jump on. Okay, cool. So first we're going to start with grounding. Oh, and yeah, note to self, the healing started 12 minutes into it. All right. So grounding, as you know, I always suggest it be really wide. A wide connection, as wide as your whole aura, all the way down to the core of the earth, and as high up as your 3rd chakra. So like a big waterfall that starts around here and goes all the way down to the core of the earth. So it's all around you, flowing downward. A red or orange or yellow. The angels are saying this time for all the participants to start with a red grounding. So your favorite shade of red, whatever shade you want. Make your own grounding. Brand new at red. So I'm just gonna, some people, usually more newbies, they get a little confused with that instruction. So I'm just gonna show people, this is where your 3rd chakra is, all the participants. I'm healing the 3rd chakra right now. So your grounding would come up this high. This is where the edges of your aura are. So your grounding would be that wide, and it would go all the way down to the core of the earth. And stay flowing all the way down. So I'm just going to make sure all the newbies and the kids are on the same page with that. Yep. Yeah. All right, cool. So now grounding, why do you need it unblocked? You need it unblocked because otherwise it doesn't really work. It's like it's a clogged drain, you know, so it doesn't release energy. And it's very important that it does release whatever you need to release. So when does it get blocked? Just, you know, in life, you know, if you're doing something, say you're doing a lot of stuff, or something's kind of triggering, or you're kind of busy. Sometimes, usually it's a product of inner resistance, accidental subconscious resistance. So you mean to let go of it, but you just kind of doesn't quite happen. So so if you're healing yourself, as you watch, you'd be using your hands if you wish, or a gold. You could just imagine like a gold hose that has universal healing energy coming out of it, and use it like that. But I like to use my hands, or gold suns. Like say if you're listening later as a saved video and you're cooking at the same time, you can just create a lot of gold suns and have them shine on wherever we're working, rather than using your hands. But if you're able to use your hands, I always feel like that's a good skill building thing to do, because then more and more over time, you'll be able to feel energy with your hands and notice if something is clogged versus flowing, and notice if it's ripped versus not ripped. And it takes time to build that, but you need to use them to get better at using them. So anyway. So a lot of times the grounding clogs right in the core center part. So like, you know, more like underneath the center part right here versus over here. But obviously I'm checking everybody's grounding the whole way down. And it'll be more likely to block also in the back. And again, I'm just running gold light. And if you're doing this on yourself, just imagine a copy of your grounding out in front of you. And then you just run gold light through it, and the gold light neutralizes the resistance. So it helps these energy blocks to melt. And you want your grounding to go all the way down to the core of the earth because the core of the earth just receives things and neutralizes them and then returns it back to wherever it belongs. It's just like this, I don't know, cool thing. It's like a giant energy center, and it works that way. So you're not hurting the earth, and it's a nice way to let go. So some of what people are clearing, you know, maybe got blocked 2 days ago. Some of it maybe got blocked a month ago. Some of the newbies, let's see. Like a participant paid for her dad to get a healing. And he's gotten a couple healings before though, but with me. Just he's a telepathic participant, which means his spirit says, yes, I would like this healing. So I'm like, okay, good. But anyway, he's releasing a lot of old stuff from, in his words, when I was a young man. So cute. So let's see, another example person. Somebody kind of was really high strung and upset like I don't know, like a week or two ago. And so what they're releasing is just a lot of old energy that they've absorbed from other people, you know, people's stresses, people's fears. Because if you don't release it, you kind of internalize it and think it's your own sometimes. So then it just turns into your own stresses and your own fears. So you can just think, hey, I'm ready to let go. Yeah, I can let go. Somebody paid for their mom, and she has gotten 1 or 2 healings from me before. Yeah, it's funny because like you can see like some people that don't get healings a lot, it's like they're afraid to let go. They don't know what that means. And this is a very like they're not being forced, you know? So I'll just recheck grounding and help people to release throughout this session so that when they're ready, you know? So I'm gonna go on to aura repair. And your aura is like a nice big bubble all around you. Ideally, I mean, you have an aura no matter what, but it could be ripped and torn up if you don't heal it. And so that's going to be what I'm doing now is I'm helping everybody to mend up any rips and tears that they have in their aura. And some people don't have any rips and tears right now because I do have videos on that, and so it's easy once you learn it. You can do it yourself. It's a 10-minute video. If you've never done it before, then I would start with an 18-minute video called Gold Energy Aura Buffer Zones. Gold Energy Aura Buffer Zones. You can just write that down and deal with it later. if you want to learn. But anyway, so for people that don't have aura damage, then it's just gold light going to their aura, so that helps clear energy blocks. One of the participants is courting me in my throat. She's like, Janet, I've been having this issue, blah, 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 blah. It's like, all right. Take it easy, girl. All right, cool. So again, I'm just helping people to heal their aura. When you need aura repair, it's amazing. I mean, if you basically, most likely, if you don't regularly repair your aura, you probably do need aura repair. It's just a question of how badly you need it. Some people, I guess, could be doing it on a subconscious spirit level. Yeah. But that's not that common. Like some people I'm checking, like I know they don't do it consciously, but it's totally done. So they subconsciously work with their angels on that. But most people that don't consciously do it, you know, you can see the damage, and it's making them less present and less focused, less present, less you know, more stressed, etc. But anyway. And once the aura is fully repaired, then it poofs up, it gets larger, because then there are no leaks, leaking energy. Like a rip in the aura is like a hole in your tire, or your car tire. And so when the hole in the car tire is there, you know, the air leaks out and it gets deflated. The same thing with the aura. So you know that once you've finished healing up your aura, it's going to get bigger. And then you'll notice that, so then you'll know you're done. And notice, you know, can be just an intuitive noticing, because vision, clairvoyant vision, being able to see it, it takes a while to practice. So for a while, you're just using your, you know, your gut instincts, your intuition, your imagination, but that works fine. There's a lot of heaviness. This could be in part related to the theme, because the theme is about empowerment, and we're going to be definitely doing a lot of seventh chakra healing, seventh chakra in the top of the head, and then first chakra at the base of the spine. So maybe that's why, but there's some heaviness I'm noticing in the back of people's seventh layer of their aura, so the outermost layer of the aura back here. All right. And I'm just gonna spot check a few people. Oh yeah. Double check all the newbies. Newbies and people that just have had it rough lately. There we go. Yeah, nice. Okay. Yay, we did aura repair. And aura, lots of gold light, extra healing for those that didn't need the aura repair. Okay. I'm just checking the chakras, which, you know, all the 7 major chakras plus some cool little extra ones are along the spine. Really, though, any acupuncture point is a little chakra. So all these little acupuncture points on AcuDoll, those are all like little tiny chakras, you know, in the arms, everywhere. But usually when people say the chakras, they mean the big 7 ones along the spine. So I'm checking those for everybody. I'm just going to do chakra repair on these major chakras, both the astral body 7 chakras and the physical body 7 chakras. That's another thing that I think people either, maybe some people that talk about chakras actually don't realize that this is the case, or maybe they just don't feel like teaching people. I don't know which it is, but sometimes spiritual people are a little guarded with their information for some reason. Like it's, I don't know. I don't want to tell people, but anyway, so you have 2 sets of these 7 chakras. The ones in your physical body. So like if you're sleeping at night, even though your spirit goes on the astral because you're asleep, your spirit goes astral traveling every night when you're asleep. Your physical body has those 7 chakras doing their work, trying to clear energy. But your astral body has its own 7 chakras. So you, the spirit, you are an eternal spirit. You're the astral body, actually. And so the astral body has 7 chakras as well. So if you're a newbie and that totally blew your mind in a bad way, just forget it. Don't worry about it. You can learn it later when it doesn't blow your mind. But anyway, so chakra repair can be done pretty easily even as a newbie, because you don't have to see precisely what you're doing. You can do it with intention. And that would still work. So like say you're driving, right? And you want to heal all your chakras at the same time. Again, I would always prefer that you heal them before you get in the car and drive. But, whatever. Life is what it is. People have busy lives. Right? So you're going to be driving. You can't use your hands. You don't want to close your eyes and visualize, right? So how the heck would you heal your chakras? Just imagine, create a whole bunch of gold suns, all focused, on the front of all your chakras and the back of all your chakras. And just have the gold suns shine, on the top of your head, back of all the chakras, front of all the chakras as you're driving. And then don't worry about it. Just let the gold suns do their work and you focus on driving safely. Okay. So, but fortunately, I don't have to drive a car right now. I just am healing you guys. So specifically, I'm repairing the 7th chakra right now. And 7th chakra in the top of the head. If you don't know what all the chakras are for, which one does which, if that stresses you out, don't worry about it. But when you're ready to learn that kind of thing, I do have I have information in all my videos about it. Like there's a 3 video set called 7 Chakras Aura Layers Flow. So if you like learning that in video format, that would be a nice one. 7 Chakras Aura Layers Flow. But I have a 2-page email handout where it's like written pretty clearly and it's colorful. So you could email me at janet@janetwrightreadings.com, and I would, and just say, hey, can I please have the 2-page chakra handout? And it's free, that's fine. But anyway, I'm helping people heal the 7th chakra in the top of the head, which is good for empowerment and confidence, goals, having goals, setting goals, sticking to your goals, intuition, along with the 5th chakra. They both work together on intuition. Creative inspiration works with the creative rings above here so that you can feel inspired. All sorts of good stuff. Anyway, it's very easy to get the 7th chakra blocked up. And maybe it's okay enough for you to get through your day and do what you have to do, but you don't really feel like, oh, I'm the master of my universe. So we're trying to get you more towards that. But again, if you're driving and you want to work on being the master of your universe more, you could just have a gold sun shining right down on, the top of your 7th chakra. That could be nice. But so chakras, they're just like cylinders, open cylinders. And so a cylinder, has this part, right? And then there's the round opening at the top and the round opening at the bottom. And they do not usually have herbal tea in them. But anyway, the round openings can get energy blocks in them or right above them, which gets in the way of the energy flow. So we want to melt the energy blocks. So what do the energy blocks look like? You don't have to see them to melt them away. You can just send gold light. You know, like for me, you can imagine a copy of your seventh chakra out in front of you. And so it normally is in here, right? Round opening in the top and round opening in the bottom there. So just imagine it out in front of you, and then just imagine like there's a stack of energy blocks above the top round opening, and a stack of energy blocks below the bottom round opening. And so then you just kind of wash out those stacks of energy blocks with gold light. And again, this is seventh chakra that we're healing in the top of the head. So it helps with confidence, creative inspiration, goals, identity. Forgot to say that. So I can feel like what it should happen is that the seventh chakra generates energy, and then it sends it straight up to the seventh layer, and then it flows down like this beautiful purple waterfall, flowing down throughout that outer layer of your aura, all the way to the bottom of your aura below your feet. And then your seventh chakra is like a motor. Chakras are like motors, and they help with the energy flow. So then your seventh chakra draws up energy from the bottom of your seventh layer all the way through your body, up into the chakra, and then shoots it up again. So it's like this, continuing waterfall of your energy, of your confidence, and sorts of good stuff. But that whole direction of flow thing for each of the chakras and how that works, that's in that video, 7 Chakras, Aura Layers Flow. I'm like outdoors in that, and I sort of, gesture and show you. So. And the good thing about getting more and more of these energy blocks out of the way is it just makes it easier on the chakra. So then it's like you just don't feel like life is so hard. And that's the odd thing that people don't realize. Like people think, okay, Janet, you don't understand. My life is hard. And it's like, well, I'm not questioning that your life is challenging. Maybe very, 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 very challenging. But I promise that if you fix up your chakras, your perception of your life gets a lot better, and your experience of your life gets a lot better. And then eventually you figure out ways to shift how you're doing what you're doing, and you get even more good changes that you enjoy. So that's the whole idea. And I'm just also sending gold light to like the cylinder part of the 7th chakra, like in there. So, and I make, because the chakra itself is actually kind of small, ironically, for the 7th chakra, the size, because here's the 6th chakra from the front here to the back here. So the 7th chakra doesn't have a lot of real estate in there, and, but it's very powerful, that chakra. So I like and Joe feel to help me figure out what themes and why and what's best. And so the humility part consciously was kind of a surprise to me to pair them together, although sounds cool, but yeah, Ariel is saying that humility, because identity, technically, a lot of it is the 7th chakra, but is sort of intertwined a little bit with the heart chakra too, because heart chakra is self-worth and self-love and self-valuing. So to have a positive identity, that's partially here. The state of your 7th chakra helps you to have a positive identity, but also the state of your 4th chakra and just how that's flowing, and if it's whole and everything, that helps you have a positive identity as well. So she says, likewise, humility and also empowerment. Empowerment is therefore mostly seventh chakra, but also fourth chakra too, because if your fourth chakra is really imploded or blocked up, you're just going to want to give up. Like, it's going to be very easy for you to give up and have sort of a defeatist, victim-y perception of things. Whereas if your fourth chakra is much more flowing, in addition to your seventh chakra, much more whole and flowing, you're much more likely to like perceive a different solution or a different possibility. So anyway, so empowerment, therefore, Ariel's saying is seventh, but it's seventh plus fourth. And so therefore, humility, humility, she's saying, is seventh and fourth, but also second chakra. Second chakra is like below the belly button, maybe 1.5 inches or 2 inches, depending on how tall you are. But anyway, it's below the belly button, the second chakra. And that's for emotions, sensuality, and sexuality. And she's saying that sometimes, you know, you can get a lot of blockages in your second chakra that have to do with repressed anger. And I'm going to heal the chakras while I translate her messages. So I'm going to work some on the fourth chakra now too, since she's saying the fourth chakra is so intertwined with all this stuff. So that's what I'm going to do next. But anyway, she's saying that with humility, being humble in this sort of healthy way that she's advocating, it just means that you don't get too wrapped up in your ego, and you understand that the conscious part of you is actually, even if you meditate and work your energy every day, the conscious part of you is certainly less than half of you as a total spirit, in even just counting the part of you that's in this lifetime. So there's a lot of you, your spirit, your powers, your capabilities that you're just not aware of consciously. So she says humility is understanding that you don't necessarily always know the full picture. And while it's always important to pursue the truth, pursue more insight to, you know, and you can open up your clairvoyance and meditate more, but she's like, you know, you're basically going to be expanding your conscious awareness from maybe a low of like 1% of what you're doing as a spirit in this life to 50% of what you're doing in this life as a spirit. So she says humility is kind of understanding that and not getting in your own way, you know, because there could be a much more informed part of you that is trying to manifest certain things and you don't really see why. And so if you're really stuck on what you want consciously, you can actually be in this internal struggle. You can also be in a struggle with your angels and your higher self, the part of you that's eternal, that doesn't even come into this lifetime. That is you also, and it's you that is very well informed with all the things you've learned in your past lives. So humility is working in harmony with those parts of yourself that have a little more information than you do consciously, so that, you know, you're aligned to your own best interests. You're aligned to what's best for you personally. You know, so it's not like you're selfless and you don't care about how you feel or if you're happy. It's that you just recognize that your consciousness doesn't know it all. And to kind of, you know, be a little flexible with that. So anyway, the second chakra can impact that because if you're, I'm going to move down to that for a sec, heal the second chakra. And all sixth chakra all the way down to first chakra is oriented round opening in the front, round opening in the back. Energy flows in the front, not the back. In the front, out the back. In the front, out the back, right? And then it just wraps around and comes back into the front, out the back. So each of these chakras has its own aura layer. And again, that's in that 3-video set. If you care, 7 chakras aura layers flow. I'll link that in the under this video, that three video playlist, because I keep saying it. Keep referring to it. Okay, but anyway, the anger sometimes can lock somebody into that sort of ego, bullheaded headspace where you're not working in harmony with your higher self and the subconscious wiser parts of you. So that's why humility is seventh chakra, but also fourth and second. Fourth, because imbalances in the fourth, Ariel is saying, can make you overly narcissistic. Or the other extreme where you don't have any sense of self, you're not looking out for yourself at all. So humility is that middle road where you do have a sense of self, you are thinking of your own wellness, you are compassionate to others, but you just know that you is not just your consciousness. It's also the parts of your spirit that are not conscious for you. So again, I'm healing the second chakra, which is below the belly button, which has to do with emotions, also sexuality and sensuality. So sensuality is like tastes, enjoyment of food. That, enjoyment of food is really interesting because that's something that you can't do when you're in heaven. I mean, you can, from what I've heard from, my heaven friends and, my people that I know in heaven, and then people's loved ones that I've read in heaven and the angels, that you can't experience new tastes while you're in heaven. Because you don't have a body, and so the body tastes, and so you can't. But you can relive old things that you've tasted. You can access the memory and re-experience it. So you can do that while you're in heaven, but you can't taste new things. So when you're alive, I would say go for it. Taste new things. Enjoy being exploratory with your sense of taste and with food, if you wish. Up to you. But, fun fact. Heaven is awesome, but you can't taste new foods in heaven. So just like with the seventh chakra, which is oriented this way, round opening at the top and the bottom, we were melting away energy blocks in and in front of the round opening. That's what we're doing with the second chakra. Again, just melt energy blocks in and around it. You can just surround it, the whole thing, with gold light. And again, if you're driving or cooking or something where you just don't have a lot of time or hand motion possibilities, just put, a lot of gold suns around, say, your tummy area, in the front and around your hips and in back of you, like aiming at your lower back region. And just have that intention, okay, I'm going to repair and heal and unblock my chakras. I was just getting a piece of lint off my finger. That's not like an energy healing thing. There we go. I just felt like it really lightened up with the repressed anger starting to release. So the bottom of the aura layers are really important. I say this a lot because for releasing. Because if they're hard down here, then it's really hard to let go if anywhere else in your aura. So I want to check that, yeah. So I'm just going layer by layer in the bottom of everybody's aura because, there's 7 layers to the aura, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right? So 7, 6, 4, 5, 3, 2, 1. So they're numbered just because they correspond to those numbered chakras. So, but 7th layer seems to be releasing okay for everybody. 6th layer, releasing fine. 5th layer, releasing Could be a little better. There we go. Fourth layer. Joe feels saying that we should do more fourth layer work. And again, fourth chakra, fourth layer, self-love, self-esteem, motivation, enthusiasm, self-care, compassion for others, compassion for self. So big stuff. So let's heal the fourth layer. So you just imagine a copy of just your fourth layer, which is right around here, all around you, even beneath your feet. And just imagine that. And an ideal color for your fourth chakra would be your favorite shade of green. So you could just kind of imagine that for you personally. And then as it generates energy, it'll be that color. And then it just kind of sends the energy out and just washes through the whole layer and fills it up with your self-love, your motivation energy, your compassion for self and others, all that good stuff. So what I'm doing as a healer is I'm noticing what's working, the flow and how big the aura is, that layer, because the bigger, it's usually big because you have a lot of your energy flowing there. So that would be a positive thing that you want. But I'm also looking for energy blocks so that I can help people to melt them. So right now I'm working the back of the fourth layer. So like right here pretty much, because here would be the back of the fourth chakra, right? Because it's in the center of the chest, so it would come out the back here. So here's the fourth layer. I could just heal it on her, hold her here so you know where I'm working. And energy blocks, they're hard. They're not like flowing water, like flowing energy. So they're just, sometimes they're like, it's like a big sheet, like a wall, or sometimes they're like little rocks, or little books or something. They're just hard pieces of energy. And so you just melt them away with gold light. And again, I'm reminded of what I said earlier, that it's like your life, your perception of your life is largely affected by how your energy is flowing, your aura, your chakras, your grounding, everything. So this is one of those places where I'm definitely reminded of that, because people have a lot of blocked energy here and compression that is certainly making them feel that they're sort of like, kind of overwhelmed, but it's just energy blocks that can be cleared. And the fourth chakra is sort of like I don't know, you could call it like the feel-good chakra. It just makes you feel really good. So it's the one chakra that just is like the most fun before and after. We're like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna have a good day. Yeah. So right now I'm working the front here, in front of the fourth chakra, this whole space between the fourth layer and the fourth chakra, because energy flows around the front, and then it should flow back into the fourth chakra, and then back out, and then around to the front, around all the way, everywhere to the front. So like right here, I'm working right in front of the fourth chakra. So a lot of times if you're triggered, if you have energy blocks triggered, that's when you get upset or you feel kind of off. You have energy blocks triggered. When they're triggered, they're in the front of your aura, and they're usually right in front of that chakra, the relevant chakra. So you just think, well, it's all in the front of your aura. So the more you heal so the back of your aura is really important for all the chakras so they can release properly and let go. So you don't feel overwhelmed. So if your aura is whole back here, it's huge. But the front is, that's what, if you're triggered about something, like if you just got offended by somebody, maybe you have a big couple energy blocks right here in the fourth chakra. Or a different example is like, say you're going through something challenging, maybe you lost a pet, or you're, going through health challenges, and you've told some friends, they could actually have some of their energy right here in your fourth layer that's actually making you feel kind of heavy, even though they mean to be comforting. But it's their energy, so it'll kind of make it harder for your fourth chakra to do its work. So again, if you're just joining, we're doing the fourth chakra. We're healing the fourth chakra. And just to review, Ariel and Jofio, they've been talking about how empowerment and humility, they actually use multiple chakras. Like they're largely from the seventh chakra functioning well, but also the heart chakra and the second chakra, emotions. So I know I said we're going to get to the first chakra, which they told me. But they're like, that's next, Janet. Don't jump ahead. So anyway, so now we're working on the heart chakra and the fourth layer in the front, because when you get triggered, it blocks up in the front of the aura. So we want that to melt away. We want the blocked, hard pieces of energy to melt away. While we're at it, we can just do all the front of all the aura layers, because that's kind of fun. So I'm just combing kind of through all the layers like this. It's like if you had long hair, which I don't right now, and you're just combing through to like get the tangles out. That's kind of what you do with the aura. You just comb through, and if you find a tangle, you just kind of use extra gold light on it, so it kind of loosens up. And then, so even though energy doesn't really flow this way per se, you're combing through the aura layers, and just, any way you want, but you just make sure you're sending lots of golden light. And again, for those of you who don't know, I am healing 80 people right now in 8 different countries. It's just really amazing that even works. Like, I still think about that, like, that's wild. But whatever, it's cool. I mean, I know it works, and I know how it works, and I know why it works, but there's still part of me that's like, whoa. I mean, I've done group healings in past lives, but in this life, it's only been like, what, 3 years now? 2, 3 years, something like that. And then before that, it was just years and years and years and years in this life of one-on-one work with people, energy healing and reading. So anyway, I'm glad that the angels are helping me to do this. Bottom line. So, all right. Now we get to do the first chakra. Yay! I'm kind of a first chakra junkie because I just like it. Not to go into too much detail, but first chakra at the base of the spine is for courage and safety and abundance. So now round opening in the front and also in the back, right? So now I get to heal the first chakra. So if you want to heal your own and you're cooking, you don't have hands free, maybe you're driving, just put a lot of gold suns right there at the base of your spine, all the way around, shining towards your first chakra, and have your intention be, I'm going to let this gold light, this healing gold, universal gold healing energy, unblock my chakra and repair it, restore it, all that good stuff. So blocks in the first chakra, they could be abundance blocks, but a lot of times, since it's also courage, that chakra, an energy block, you'll experience it as nervousness or fear or anxiety or jumpiness. You don't want that. But that's the funny thing. Like, fear is not absolute. Just like it's not absolute how hard your life is. I mean, your life, that it is challenging, that's a fact, potentially. But your experience of it is very flexible based on how well your energy is flowing. It's the same thing with fear. Like, you don't actually have to feel fear. You can be fully present and not feel fear or anxiety if you have good flow in your first chakra. Your first chakra is whole and properly functioning, because your first chakra generates courage. So a lot of times, with my clients, they get more and more present. There's this video, Get Into Second and First Chakras. I'll probably link that beneath too. Get into second and first chakras. And that video is very specific and I think to the point about, use this walkthrough to get more present in your second and your first chakra, like in a real way. Like it really helps a lot of people. And I don't know if that's in that video, but what we're gonna do now is do vacuum boxes. We didn't really need them until now, but I think now is a good time. So vacuum boxes are just temporary energy devices that you make yourself. And I'll just walk all the 80 participants through that. If they don't know, the newbies, some of them won't know. Well, actually the angels prep them ahead of time, but they may get a little confused, so I'll make sure they're okay. But anyway, it's just a box that you make out of energy, with your intention or your thought. You don't have to see it if you're not yet able to see energy. But, you can make it gold, maybe make it clear with gold or whatever, and it just, once you hit your remote control and you turn it on, it sucks up energy into the box. And then your angels, when you ask them, they'll just recycle whatever's in the box. So it's a good, easy, newbie-friendly way to get rid of beings in your space. Beings, entities, they're just little spirits that don't belong in your space. Your space is only for you. Even your angels, they don't go into your space. They're very respectful. They stay outside of your space. So if anything's in your space, it's not an angel, and it just doesn't belong there, and it's blocking your flow. I mean, an exception would be, say, if you're an adult and, kids, we're going to talk adult speak a little bit, but it's just very friendly, so that's okay. Kids can listen. So, like, if adults are having their private moments together, like lovey-dovey stuff, then there's mixing of energy, but that's temporary, and then, like, hour or two later, you just want to feel like yourself again, and so, but if something's in your space and it's not like lovey-dovey time with your partner, then, it doesn't belong there. It's just blocking you up. So vacuum boxes is like a nice, good karma, easy, angel-assisted way to get rid of it. Okay, there you go. Hi, kids, if anybody's watching. Okay, so go ahead and make vacuum boxes specifically. Well, let's do some around your grounding. So like you can put one in each side of your grounding, but I like using the whole bunch. So like 7 on one side of your grounding, 7 on the other side of your grounding. And then, maybe 7 or 10 or whatever, or just one, directly behind your chakras. And then 7 or 10 or just one directly in front of all your chakras. And then maybe a couple directly above your head, and then above the top of your aura too. And then just for good measure, on your spiritual path, which sort of is On a spirit level, it's ahead of you. When you're thinking, okay, I want to move forward in my life, it's like, you know, you as a spirit, you're traveling on a road that's just for you, your spiritual path. So you could put vacuum boxes ahead of you on your path too. So just imagine some on your personal spiritual path. Vacuum boxes make them. And then let's do some specifically in your first layer of your aura, the one closest to your body. And just, you know, wherever you want, like maybe, you know, just a few around the chakra in particular, you know, so make some vacuum boxes right here, right here. So the angels help the newbies, so they're all set. Okay, so then just turn them on, you know, just turn on all your vacuum boxes, and then you just sit and breathe. The idea is you just think about letting go. I can let go. I can let go. I can let go. Because it's just your resistance at this point that would be accidentally keeping those spirits in your space. You know, the more you just think of letting go, the vacuum boxes just kind of go and suck them out. Okay, so then you can just say, angels, can you please recycle my vacuum boxes? Cool. I just made sure the newbies and everybody else were able to do that. Okay, cool. So back to the first chakra. But anyway, yeah, so Jofiel was talking about how fear is not absolute. Like you could clear fear. Even if you're, you know, you don't have a job and you might have to, you know, rethink where you live, you know, or whatever, you know, like, yes, those are big challenges, no doubt. But the quality and flow of your first chakra makes a big difference in how you experience those challenges. So that, you know, so Joe feels pointing out too, that goes to how everything is for your learning. Like even if you have a situation that, you know, one might sort of casually describe as unfortunate. Oh, that's really unfortunate that you have to go through that. You know, I mean, that's a compassionate thing to say to somebody. But there is that flip side where it's a learning experience. Like you can, you know, even tragedy, she's saying, yeah, which is true, but, you know, sometimes it seems very undiplomatic to say. But she's saying, you know, even tragedy can be something that strengthens you in the end, you know, that you learn from, perhaps in hindsight, perhaps not even in that life, perhaps in heaven, in your life review, then you realize like, oh, wow, I didn't see that at the time, you know, but you'll learn it then and it will be real learning. It's ideal to learn it in the life, but that's a good start. If you learn it in your life review in heaven after your life, that's at least a big, you know, foot forward, she's saying. So even the worst tragedy will help strengthen you and inform you and learn. You'll learn and you'll grow in wisdom and strength, either in the life or, you know, certainly in heaven in the life review process. But then there's always that ultimate where you need to learn it in the life. So that's why it's really great if you can just, you know, keep on going, you know, keep learning, keep breathing, try to keep flowing, you know, everything is part of your strengthening learning process. So again, I'm helping people to heal the first chakra, which is at the base of the spine, and you can do that too. You know, if you want, as I'm doing it on yourself. If you're not a participant, you know, you can heal yourself as you watch. And if you're a participant, you could, but you could just breathe and enjoy. So again, when you're triggered, the energy blocks that get triggered come to the front. They might, before that, have been buried in the chakra or maybe somewhere back in the aura somewhere. But then when you get triggered, they come right up front and they block the flow even more. So like, you know, say you find out that, you know, you didn't pay some bill and it's, you know, 20 days past due already. It's like, you know, there's a little piece of triggered energy right there. So that get present in second and first chakras video that I'll link below, it talks about, you know, clearing energy here and here for the second and first chakras, but also underneath here in the first layer and second layer, because you want this to flow well and drain well and release well, because that helps the whole layer, which therefore helps the chakra itself, the flow of it and the wellness of it. So then you can get present and be in all your chakras. So now I'm going to heal the first chakra and the second chakra together at the same time, which probably doesn't happen in that video. I don't know. And so you can do this too. You don't have to be able to see energy. You know, I say a lot, but maybe you haven't heard it, or maybe it's just nice to be reminded. When I started healing, I didn't see any energy at all. When I started thinking about my energy and just calming myself and everything, I didn't see, you know, but it worked anyway. You know, what you do does work. It's just seeing is fun, but it doesn't start right away. So you got to just use all the other possibilities, you know, your imagination, your thought, your hands, all that stuff. So since, you know, all your chakras, you know, the major ones are all in a row like this, it's easy. You can heal them all at once. You know, just calm downward through all of them. And you don't have to see them, like I said. I mean, you know, they're in a row, and you just have your intention be, you know, I'm working with a copy of all my chakras out in front of me. And if you're driving, just put gold suns, you know, right in front of all of them, right behind all of them, you know, and pay attention to the road, not to your gold suns, because they just do their work anyway. You don't have to micromanage your gold suns. So I'm noticing now that sort of tie-in between empowerment and first chakra. Because it's like, if you have some confidence here in your seventh chakra and some enthusiasm and motivation here in your fourth chakra, it's kind of like, you know, to continue with the driving metaphors, it's kind of like you put your foot on the gas. You're like, yes, I can, you know, drive forward, you know, spiritually speaking, right? So sometimes blockages in the first chakra or the first layer down here, first chakra or first layer right up against your skin, can kind of be like a brake pedal, like, no, that's too much, that's too fast, I'm not sure about that. You know, and so if you could just clear the energy blocks, then you can take that, you know, the fear foot off the brake pedal, you know, and you can still be moderate, or, you know, like use your intuition and know how much growth is. Oh yeah, quick plug. It's payment optional. It's on YouTube as a video for the first time this month. The Metatron recording, Archangel Metatron and Archangel Uriel. I have messages from them. I think it's like a 35-minute recording. It's for August, but really you could use it 2 years from now, like any month at all, because that's such good advice. But it is sort of optimally for this month in August, and it's the whole message for the first time is in video for free on YouTube, but it's payment optional, meaning I'm hoping people will pay me for it, actually. Because I used to just charge it on my website and not release it on YouTube, so I could get paid, because I need to, you know, pay mortgage and eat, you know. So, but anyway. That Metatron recording talks about for August 2019, which again is a video now. It's a big long 37-minute video probably. payment optional. You could pay me by tip on my website if you find value in it, and you're able to. If you find value in it, but you're just not financially able to, please still watch the video. It's okay. You know, I mean, it's an angel sort of good deed kind of thing, you know, to put it out there, but it's just, you know, the payment optional. Hopefully people that can pay and value it would tip me for it. But anyway, that August 2019 recording talks about pacing yourself, your spiritual growth at a pace, just through your intention, your thought, your imagination, at a pace that is restorative for your body, mind, and spirit. So you're still growing forward, but because you're mindful about what's good for your body, mind, and spirit, you're recharging as you move forward versus sacrificing yourself for the sake of making progress, which is cool stuff. So again, you could listen to that any month you want. I think it would still be a lot of good advice. There's a lot more to that recording too. Like it talks about, I'm still working the first layer, by the way. Just one more word about that Metatron recording. It talks about receiving energy from Earth, from big mammals, from forests, from mountains, etc., and the oceans, and I think it was Archangel Uriel explained that that's like good medicine for people who accidentally sponge up pain from other people. That they could instead work on nourishing themselves and receiving this healing energy that's being generated by the earth and all these, you know, cool things on the earth. So that it's a nice way to kind of shift out of that absorbing pain stuff. So it's good for the empaths, which is everybody, all my clients. It's funny, some people are like, I'm an empath. It's like, yeah, dude, like all my clients are. Anyway, so still doing the first layer because we don't want that brake pedal, you know, the fear brake pedal. And empowerment is that sort of, yes, I can, I'm going to do this. Oh, I see the solution. You know, there's a way out of this. I may not have figured it out yet, but I know, you know, and so we don't want fear blocks to just short circuit that and, you know, block some of your wisdom or make you too passive or whatever. So again, I'm helping the first layer. I'm healing the first layer of the aura. So you can just imagine for yourself that layer right around your skin everywhere. It's like 3 inches maybe from your skin out, or 4 inches. I don't know like centimeters what that is, but it's like, you know, like that much. You don't have to know, you know, you just with your intention, you just imagine your first layer. And you can actually have it be wider, you know, like if you want more courage, you can actually expand your first layer and on purpose have it be bigger so that there's more room for more energy, and just with your intention generate more first chakra courage energy with your first chakra. Like I wrote a blog post that's still on my website. I haven't written blog posts in a long time, but there was a soccer player that I was reading his energy, and I wrote his name. He was like a soccer player from the UK, I think, and he had like a really big first layer and first chakra, and it helped him do his cool moves on the soccer field. Like one of my clients, she has more energy in her first chakra, first layer, and I think for her, well, it serves her well in a lot of areas of her life, but how she gets it that way, I don't think she did it consciously on purpose, you know, but she does a lot of gardening. And so I think just as she's gardening, she's receiving the earth energy and it's nourishing her first chakra. And so she has a stronger first chakra and wider first layer with more of her energy in it because of that. Just looking for another example to give you guys some Yeah, I don't think there's other people that have a bigger first chakra and first layer yet. Not that I noticed. Not really stand out bigger. But you can go ahead and do that if you want. You can have your second layer be twice as big as all the other layers. It's fine. Or your fourth layer and your first layer, or your seventh layer and whatever. You can tweak things. It doesn't have to be so uniform. So basically, you can just say, like, rather than plan it out, like, okay, that should be a little bigger than this one and blah blah blah. Just be like, hey, I want my energy to support my own empowerment and my humility, and that way, things will expand as needed. So that's what I'm sort of helping people do by just healing 7 all the way down to 1, and helping people to expand and release as needed to help their empowerment and their humility. And as Ariel said, principally we're talking about 7th chakra, 4th chakra, 2nd chakra, which is emotions, 1st chakra, because we don't want that fear energy blocks we want you to have courage so that it just sort of goes with the harmony of empowerment. But really, we want all chakras, because if you have any dysfunction in any of the chakras, it stresses out the rest of them. So just helping people to have the empowerment levels that they need. I will also link below. There's a video, Own Your Path. I think it's called Clear Punishment, Own Path, something like that. And it has this cool image of like a road forward, and I think the road is like purple or something, so it looks cool. Or blue. The road is like bright blue. But anyway, your road doesn't have to be bright blue. It was just a cool image. But anyway, so it just walks you through some clearing of your spiritual path, which that's kind of what we're going to do right now. So I'm just helping people to clear whatever they're ready to clear ahead of them on their own spiritual path. Because Ariel's kind of talking to me about this. She's like, well, if people feel disempowered, a lot of times it could be because people have dumped junk onto their spiritual path. And so they just look forward and they don't see anything good. They're just like, oh my goodness, because other people's energy, other people's problems, other people's emotional burdens, it doesn't feel good. It's not like you look forward and see nothing but opportunity and clear skies, but that's what you want, ideally. So I'm just going to help people so you can imagine your path out in front of you and just, comb forward with lots of gold light and just melt away, anything that is in the way of, your empowerment, your humility, your wellness, your growth. And if you feel like, we already did vacuum boxes on the spiritual path, and that video does that kind of thing. It walks you through using vacuum boxes on the spiritual path. I'm 99% sure. So I'm just helping people to melt whatever they're ready to melt that is in the way of their empowerment and their humility. And again, humility is that thing where, as Archangel Ariel specified, humility is the knowledge that your consciousness is not all of you, and that there are other parts of your spirit in this lifetime, other parts of you, the spirit, in this lifetime, that know more, that have access to more information, that hear your angels even more clearly than you do consciously, that have past life knowledge even more, that have better access to your higher self, and the eternal wisdom that your higher self has, which is really a part of you, but that doesn't come into the life. So it's just not getting too stuck on what you consciously want and what you consciously think should happen, and just trying to think of more of the underlying things too, and sort of being in. So it's like, realistically, what the heck does that mean, right? You could say, well, okay, say you want a certain job, right? So you want to get a job at XYZ company that you just interviewed at, if you hold on too much to, I must get that job, you could be getting in the way of your higher self and the subconscious parts of your spirit that know better. And they know that that one isn't actually the best job for you. And so you just want to say, I want the best job for me. I think it's that one, but we'll see. I'm handing it to my angels. I'm in harmony with the wiser parts of myself. I want to manifest the best job for me. So if I don't get that job, it's because that wasn't the best one for me, because I'm really working my energy. I'm in my first chakra. I'm rocking it. I'm grounded, So that's the humility of knowing that you have a team. Not only do you have your angels helping you, and they can see a lot more than you can see, but you have you. Like, there's more to you than what you consciously think. So anyway, that's humility, and it helps. It's the companion to empowerment that she's suggesting. Empowerment is just like, making stuff happen, like knowing that there's a possibility, and having a positive attitude, a strong positive identity for yourself, finding solutions, trying to, clear any negativity within yourself, standing up for yourself. Okay, I felt like just then, like, everybody's spiritual path that I was healing was just like, it's like, that's it. It got to the point where it needed to be, and it's like a gentler, lighter, brighter place. Everybody has different, unique spiritual paths. Your road is not anybody else's. Like, even if, your husband's awesome or whatever, or your kid's awesome, they have their unique spiritual path. You have your unique spiritual path. That's how that works. So we're almost at the end. Jophiel wants to do a little bit of healing right before the, the final wrap up. It's not exactly a chakra repair, since we just already did that. Yeah, that's cool. It's a little bit along the lines of that humility thing, where you want to be aligned with your higher self, which is your 8th chakra. Part of that is your 8th chakra, which is an energy center actually way above the top of your aura, even, because your 7th chakra is in here, but then your 8th chakra is way up there, because it doesn't come into your lifetime. It doesn't come into your space, it just stays above, and because it's like a wiser part of you that just sits up there all peaceful. And sends down healing energy and knowledge. So anyway, so if here's the top of your aura, usually like at its most engaged, like, because it can raise and lower your 8th chakra, but at its most engaged, it'll be like about 3 feet above the top of your aura. But it can be, way up there too. But if you're kind of really paying attention to what you're doing on a spirit level, like something is interesting to these higher parts of you, then it'll lower down. It's like a big gold sun right here at its closest. But anyway, so what Jophiel is doing is she's about to start. She's going to, for anybody that's open to it, that is the 80 participants. And if you're watching later as a video, you could just say Archangel Jophiel. Don't just say, hey, anybody give me that healing. Archangel Jophiel, can you give me that healing? And, she'll be like, yeah, sure, yeah. But anyway, so she's going to help the chakras, all the chakras, but particularly the ones that we mentioned, seventh, fourth, second, and first, align to that eighth chakra wisdom and your highest best interest. So she's gonna just start doing that. So she's using gold, universal healing energy. So you just breathe. You can, wiggle your toes, touch your fingers if you want. She says if you get a little spacey when she's doing it, that's not bad. Like, I prefer to stay really present as it's happening. So I'm like wiggling my toes and feeling how that feels and touching my fingers. But she says either way is fine. If you space out while she's doing it just a little bit, that's okay. Because she's healing the astral chakras and the physical chakras both. That was cool. She knows her stuff. All right. Yeah, thank you, Jofio. And thank you, Ariel. So now we're just going to do that part, the final blessing part. And I think about it when I listen to these recordings. It's not a blessing from me. I don't consider myself like a deity or anything. So it's not like, oh, I'm giving you my blessing now. It's just I'm walking you through, asking your angels and the archangels too, if you wish, for a blessing and a healing, just as an ending to this session. So to do that, you just say with your mind, angels, and that way your personal angels will hear and heal you. So you just say, angels, can you please give me a healing and a blessing? And then archangels, Ariel, and Jophiel, please give me a blessing and a healing. So that could be continuing for up to like 1 or 2 people are going to get it for the next 2 hours because they need it more. But some people, it's going to be like maybe the next 5 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that. But your angels know how long you need as a little extra healing, little bonus round. So now is the part where I just say thank you telepathically to all the 80 participants, and then we can say bye as a chat, but let's say goodbye to all the 80 participants. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. And even before, when it wasn't live streamed, I used to wave like this with my hand literally to the 80 participants, even though it's a spirit wave, so I could just do it with my spirit hand, but why not? Nobody in my house minds. So everyone's just saying thank you to me, and I'm saying thank you to them. And I do like to remind everybody, your angels are always there for you to heal you and guide you and protect you, because that is true and important. And also it clears up any potential confusion of like, that I would be there 24/7, which I would not be there for these people 24/7, but your angels would be and are. So it's good to be clear on that, so that you realize like the massive divine resources you have at all times. It's really mind-blowing. Okay, cool. So that's the official end of the healing. That was long. So till an hour and a half into it. So from 12 minutes to an hour and a half. So that was an hour and 18 minutes of healing and angel messages. Cool. Yay. So, I'm going to catch up on some of this chat stuff, and you can, if you want, you know, you never have to type anything personal or private or whatever. But if you want, you can say, you know, how you feel right now, or just, you know, say thanks, or say, you know, if you feel any different, or your favorite animal, favorite baby animal. I always love that. We did that one on a different live stream. Your favorite baby animal. Okay, so while you do that, I'm gonna catch up on this. Does chakra of one person interact with other people's chakras? Sure, it could. Through energy cords. Somebody's chakra could interact with somebody else's chakra. Yep. But you can melt, of course, with gold light. Someone says, hi, I got late in joining this time. That's okay. Hi, Janet. I enjoy your videos very much. Thanks for putting your material out there. Have a great day. Is it possible to see auras? Sure, of course. You can see auras too, not just me. But like I said, I didn't see auras right away, you know, at all. I mean, when I looked at my own energy, all I saw was black. And I wouldn't have even tried to look at other people's energy because I couldn't see my own either, you know. So, but, you know, my childhood was not really conducive to that type of thing. So, but anyway, but the more you work on getting present and clearing your chakras, then they work better. So yes, you can learn to see auras over time. The sort of the trick is you don't focus on one ability and kind of over focus on that. Just work on all your chakras, all your wellness, all your flow, all your energy safety, so that then all the abilities sort of open up nicely. Although once you get much more present, I do have specific videos to work on. Like there's one called Clear Blinders. So you search YouTube Janet Wright Clear Blinders, and that one specifically works the sixth chakra and the sixth layer a lot for seeing energy. I was at the track this morning doing sprints. Nice time to visualize. Expect to see the flying people out on their roofs. Oh, not in Kenya anymore. Back to Spain. Portugal, yay. Hello. London. Oh, good. Yeah, so we have our Europeans. Yay. I wasn't sure at the start if we had people in Europe watching because I didn't see their names. Practical solutions, yes. All your clients are empaths, yes. Yeah, meaning like, I think it's more of an older soul thing. You know, when people say I'm an empath, maybe they're just not around a lot of older souls, so they don't really understand. They feel that they are unique based on the people they normally interact with, and they may be. Because maybe they don't work with older souls, their genetic family is not older souls, but only older souls can pretty much put up with me and are interested in what I do. So my clients are exclusively older souls, and so therefore they are all highly empathic and need to watch whether they're absorbing energy from others or not, and yada yada. Should start gardening. Yeah, gardening, it feels good for me too. Does rain give earth energy too? I guess, yeah. I mean, you could. Some people resist rain, so then that wouldn't help, but yeah. If you're into rain, yeah, it could be nice. Needed the big picture talk. Thank you. Definitely feel better. I love how healing calms my mind every time. Yeah, it is cool. What a wonderful healing. Thank you so much. Feel great. Feel so much better. So much better in person. Yes. Yeah, thank you, angels, for pushing me to do this. I wouldn't have done it if they didn't say do it. Hi, hello, hi. Just heard a pup shake. Yes, my dogs. They're pretty okay right now, though. They're all sleeping. Okay, cool. Well, nobody wrote their favorite baby animals, but I can get over that. I'm still gonna write mine though. Uh, baby turtles. All right, cool. Um, so I'll pause maybe one more minute for baby animals, and then we'll wrap up. But just to clarify, if you don't know, when the heck are these healings? It's not a closed group. You can go to my website, janetwrightreadings.com, which is the same name as this YouTube channel, and check out the group healings that I do. This is the Healing Masterclass, or HMC, and that happens on the third Sundays of each month. So today, Sunday, the 18th of August, is the third Sunday, so that's why we're doing it today. And then the first Friday of every month is the first of a set of 3 healings called the triplet set healings. And so that's the first Friday of each month, and then Sunday and Tuesday right after that, that's the set of 3 healings. And those are a little shorter than this. Well, definitely shorter than this healing, but there are 3 of them that you buy as a package called a triplet set. So you could buy the Healing Masterclass if you want, or the triplet set, or both, or whatever. You can get a subscription to do all of them, or you can just piecemeal, I want that one, and then next month I want this one. And it's sliding scale rates, so like you just choose based on, it's like an ethical decision that you just make based on knowing the standard rate that I put there, but then there are also these financial rates also, and it's okay. Like, earlier today I got this email from this client, and it's so sweet, Some of my clients, it's just amazing how thoughtful they are. And she said that she pays late all the time because she knows that she has to pay a reduced rate, and she wants the spot to go to someone who would pay full rate. And so, because that's better for me and my rent paying and my dog food buying and, my mortgage paying and whatever, my clothing costs or whatever. And so she's like holding off getting the healings she needs because she thinks, so I told her, no, stop waiting. If you need a financial need rate, just pay it. And you have equal value in my mind and equal value spiritually. So just pay the rate that you need to pay to get the healings. All right, baby turtles. Hooray. Hooray, hair. So I think you mean rabbits. And yes, rabbits are really adorable. I agree. Puppies, tiger cubs. Yeah, good point. Baby goats. Yeah, baby goats are crazy cute. You're right. Baby elephants. Yeah, I have an elephant calendar. I like wall calendars. I'm very into them, and don't know why, but yeah, one of the ones I have for this year are elephants. There's an elephant sanctuary in the US, actually, in Tennessee. Their website, I think, is elephants.org or elephants.com. I always get it wrong. But anyway, it's really cool. They have a ton of land, and they dedicate it to rehabilitating these elephants that unfortunately people have, chained up and used for their own entertainment their whole lives. But now they get to be in this sanctuary and be in nature as they like to be. So it's very heartwarming. And they have a separate habitat for African elephants, a separate habitat for Asian elephants. So that's, I don't know, that always feels good to think that, okay, well, sure, there are people in the world that aren't compassionate, but there must be a lot of thoughtful and compassionate people if there's something like a giant elephant sanctuary. So anyway, baby dolphins, yes. All right, good. So thanks so much. I don't know if you're still listening, but we should sign off. So you guys are awesome. Take care. And if you want, I will see you in the next live stream healing, which is going to be the triplet set next month. And the themes are pretty amazing that are coming up, but I will just let you look on my website for that. And again, that's janetwrightreadings.com. And then there's like a page called Pay Here or something, Pay for Sessions Here. And it just lists all the themes coming up. And, you could, if you want, purchase any of them. Okay. Bye. Thank you very much.